game that had box office written all over it, it's this one. It's Bayern Munich versus Arsenal. It is two of the hottest teams in the competition and now going up against each other and testing their metal. Barry, this is
a big one.
Brilliant.
This is a big one, I think. And we've got first up, we're going to have a good battle, I think. But look, both these teams need points still now, especially what Manchester United are after doing there. We saw Barcelona, they handled business, right? But I think Bayern now might be coming out and thinking, we can make an impact here. We can actually give a right good account of ourselves. Osterbuch looks to be up first. I mean, he's a super player. But I do think that Arsenal, Wes, they've been scoring goals for fun, haven't they? They've just been scoring goals for fun and really look like they're enjoying their football, enjoying the squad, enjoying everything. But this is a big test from now. Yeah, this is huge. I mean, we looked at the the makeup of this Arsenal team in terms of what we've seen from Roxa, what we've seen from Dominator in previous match days and in previous seasons. Of course, Roxa is yet to drop a point in this competition. Doesn't know the meaning of the word draw. You've got Jos, who has kind of dialed back the years a little bit in terms of what we'd expect from him. And Osterbuch is now coming to the fore a bit. Yeah. Yes, but as we said, played his brother in Matchday 4. Yeah, last Matchday.
But in terms of the results, they're starting to get better. So now he's starting to kind of complement his teammates. Now, on the other side of the fence, of course, you've got Mukahit, you've got Mestre, and you've got Jose, who all complement each other in a very different manner, in the sense of their results or their performances aren't necessarily the most flashy, but they're getting results along the way.
Yeah.
They have Mane, they have Gnabry, they have Koeman, they have Tell, they have Choupo-Moting. They have these players to call upon, Goretzka and co. Arsenal, of course, have Gabriel Jesus, they have Martinelli, they have Saka, they have Odegaard, they have, the list goes on.
Yeah.
If you're just a football fan at home, you'll know how good these two teams are in real life. You can see just how important it's going to be for these guys to put those weapons and tools to good use here.
That's what it's about. And I think, like as you touched on, Wes, that's an excellent point with Arsenal especially. I think they've got such a good blend of, Rox is kind of, he's just so clinical but so consistent as well. And he, as you said, he's been on fire. And, Muka hit in first up against Osterbuch. That's going to be a tough game for both opponents. Might be a little bit cagey at the start because there is a lot to play for. I mean, it is, as it stands, Manchester United have had a dominant performance today, but I think both teams will want points here. This is a big match.
Well, if you think about it this way, if Arsenal take max points, they leapfrog Barcelona into top spot. If Bayern take max points, they leapfrog. I believe it's Arsenal themselves.
Yep.
So it's then going to be a test of what happens from here, because again, as we've said already, these live table, the live table and the points will violently swing. As it stands at the moment, Arsenal 3 points ahead of FC Bayern.
Yep.
So when you're looking at the table and you can think about the complexities, you've also got Manchester United now sandwiched in there after their performances. So these two clubs and these two sets of players will know how important the points are today.
Yeah.
Because again, you're looking at the last couple of match days, we often say about turnarounds and things of that nature, but you have to make sure that you are in that top 6 before the curtain closes on the regular
you do
season.
Want to. I think you always want to get as high as you possibly can up in the table. Like an interesting stat was that I'm looking at there is that, like with Bayern, they've only got 12 goals conceded, but they have been struggling to score goals. Is that something you've kind of noticed as well from previous match days, that have they been creating chances and not finishing them, or is it more a case of?
I think it's more so they've been struggling to find those opportunities. So it's yes, you've got Mane and Sane and Koeman and those players, and Gnabry. You've got those players, but it's getting them into positions. And obviously in this type of mode, or in this type of rule sets, shall we say, physicality is always king. So you sometimes need that focal point of your attack that's strong enough to hold those challenges up. Now, Arsenal's side of things, they have I believe it's the MVP card of Gabriel Jesus, who normally they deploy to great use. Now, interestingly here, right side of your screen, as Arsenal are looking at Bayern's setup, there's no big-time Koeman.
Yeah, and no big-time Tomiyasu, from what I can see, Wes, am I right?
Yeah, well, as we heard from
Trossard is up top.
We heard from Indominator in the early or in the when he was getting presented with his 5,000 euros for his goal of the day.
Yeah.
He said, yes, it's a fantastic card, but it doesn't fit our system just yet.
Yeah.
So it's not a case that, I think personally for some of these players, it's not necessarily a case they don't want to use them. It's just they need to have the practice with them before they employ them. So I think that's what we might see. And that's only for these two players here. You may find that actually, as we saw with Inter, for example,
exactly, good point.
Next match they might be completely different, as we'll see. Left to right is Bayern, and right to left is Arsenal. It's Kimmich to Mane. Mane forward to Gnabry. Gnabry tries to get one into the box. Odegaard will clear away. Here's Trossard. Jorginho. Today, lets him run through his legs. Martinelli. Corner ball is given.
That was a big chance there, a stunning header, Wes, because you don't usually see those. I think it kind of caught him off guard.
I think normally with stunning headers, they're normally the ones that hit the ground before they aim them into the ground, realistically. Bit of a strange option there.
I think he's trying to cut out what we saw earlier.
Maybe.
With the knock-ons.
Maybe.
That's a tactic, I suppose, that the defenders can control.
It's Martinelli looking to receive that. Corner ball for Arsenal.
It is Goretzka again. He's going to play a massive role here today for Bayern.
He certainly is. There's certainly a lot of players to call upon from an Arsenal perspective as Gabriel heads it on. It's cleared away. It's Tomiyasu heads it down. Partey. Martin Odegaard. Odegaard's still there. Martinelli in towards Jorginho. Looking across for Trossard. And had that extra pass gone through,
I think too many.
Big trouble for Bayern. Instead, they're coming back the other way. Super ball. Gnabry's got away there. He's found it towards Sadio Mane. Big save! What a save that is from Ramsdale.
Wes, we've seen manual goalkeeping earlier on today, but that's the save of the day, I think.
That's expert. Danger's not clear though. As Tell tries to play the ball through, and Coman will intercept that. But yeah, absolutely spot on. And those manual goalkeeping saves, they're not easy to pull off, folks. No. I've done it plenty of times myself where I have ended up with a lot of egg on my face.
And it's a bit of a mind game as well because they know it's coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. As ball is headed back towards Sommer.
But Wes, the first 30 minutes of this game has flown by.
Absolutely, certainly has. As we often say, when the ball doesn't go out of play for extended periods of time, the game clock will go very quick. As Odegaard rides a challenge, throws it in towards Jesus! Ostrich takes the lead.
Well, Jesus is the man if you're going to be looking like similar to what we saw at Manchester United. That two-man tandem up front. Jesus is the guy that you want. If you're Arsenal, if you want to start the game with somebody flying it on all, you know, shooting from everywhere, that's a simple finish, Wes, but it's all about the build-up, isn't it? The interception there from
Roy's that
Goretzka.
challenge. Roy's the challenge from Goretzka. And manual goalkeeping employed randomly. I mean, I say randomly. Obviously, Mukahit will know more so than I will.
Yeah.
But it presented him with an opportunity there. And
I think the goalie was out of
gift.
position as it started that breakdown of play there. If you look on the screen, he was just kind of maybe going forward with the ball and lost it.
Absolute gift for Arsenal there. And that is 1-0. Could it get worse?
Perfect start for Arsenal, though.
Will Bayern find a way to get back into the game? So we'll see there. Osterbuch's 7th of the season. Hasn't been too goal hungry, as it were, as of late. Well, those 3 goals against Zelo in Matchday 4 will have certainly provided him with a little bit of an idea of what he is actually capable of. As Jorginho loses the ball.
Arsenal very solid at the back so far, Wes.
Very rigid at the back. Arsenal. It's Coman. Saliba with the block. Goretzka puts it forward. Here's Tell. Back heel to Mane. Mane to Tell. Back towards Gnabry. Saliba will clear. Trossard. Kimmich intercepts it. Finds Pavard. Coman. Odegaard intercepts it again. It's cleared away again effectively by Arsenal.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Joshua Kimmich. Great ball to Tell. Mane into the box. Saliba with a header clear. Is Gabriel going to keep that out? He is, but will that be a bad decision? We'll find out shortly. Jorginho with the header clear. And there is half
Just about
time.
enough.
That is half time. That has gone incredibly
Very quickly, yeah. It's very absorbent there, just watching it. It's been an even game, I think. Obviously, the highlight of that, I think, was, apart from the goal, that manual save from Osterbuch was amazing.
Yeah, manual save has been... the manual save certainly was the clincher there, as Jesus has got through. In on goals, Gabriel Jesus, 2-0!
And that's what he does, Wes. That's what he does. That's what Jesus does. And that's where you want him. You want him in the box. You want to be catching your opponent cold if you're not switched on. And that sometimes can happen if you get a player with Jesus' ability to be able to finish the ball. Takes it in enough, lets the goalkeeper commit, and it's another simple finish.
But we say it so many times about that kick-off environment, and you have to make sure that you are covered effectively, because you can go to sleep and you can not manage the game, and that's exactly what can happen.
It's exactly what happened there. I mean, it's just that little switch off of you need to pull back. I mean, look, it's easy for us to say, but you need to pull back maybe somebody extra help on manual and just let him sit in the pocket there, Wes.
Certainly needs to adjust. But that was a very much a flash goal, you would say, from Osterbuch's. Ball is headed out there. Is Jorginho to Odegaard, and Osterbuch really in the ascendancy here. Trossard, Odegaard. Odegaard into the box, looking for a header. It's cleared away to Joshua Kimmich and with Kingsley Coman. It's Tell. Tell forward. Gets it into Coman. Saliba with the block, and Saliba gets the fortune there. It gets away. Jesus wins the header, finds Leandro Trossard. Odegaard looking for Trossard again, and he's waited and taken the ball away. Trossard, the Belgians escape the clutch of the defender. Trossard goes for the cut across.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, should he have shot there? He was on his foot that he should have shot with, I think. I mean, maybe if you had that back, he probably could have done that, but I do think that was that's another warning shot here. Arsenal are on fire up front at the moment.
Yeah, there's constant danger whenever Arsenal get the ball. Just have to be careful.
I'm just looking at Kimmich there. He's playing in a very advanced role, Wes.
Yeah, it's a little bit further forward than I would have him.
Yeah.
I'd probably have it spun the other way, where you'd have Goretzka maybe as the aggressor, or the box, the kind of the CMF rather than the DMF. So, but again, you know, these players will be playing to their play styles and their nuances. I'm sure if we were sat at home playing each other, we'd be sitting there going, well, you need this player in, you need that player in.
But these guys know the players inside out.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing.
It's to an almost molecular level.
They're next level.
Kimmich goes forward, Saliba intercepts it. Trossard, Ødegaard.
Arsenal are so quick when they get the ball pushing forward, Wes.
Yeah, it's that transition. The minute they grab that ball, they're so quick going forward. Kimmich, Musiala, neat double touch. Musiala looking to get in on goal, and Saliba does enough to ride.
It's a bit of a coming together there, a bit of a collision, but didn't actually touch the player, it seemed like.
Yeah, rode his look a little bit there as the header goes on from
The
Martinelli.
attendance for this match was 71,649.
Mane, forward to Coman. Coman looking forward. Jorginho intercepts it, finds Ødegaard. To Jorginho. Jesus. Jesus lining up a stunning strike there.
He was going for it.
He was certainly going for it.
He was seeing his name in lights for the hat-trick.
Certainly was. Giving the ball back to Bayern Munich though. What can they do here? Can they get a way back into the game? Kimmich to Tell. Coman will recover the ball. Coman, Mane in towards Tell!
Wes from nothing really. I thought the chance had gone really, but he's just in the position that he needs to be, and Tell just pops it in. It's, I think, you know, a less calm player might have taken that shot on, but he just does that extra pass. We've seen the extra pass work. Sometimes we've seen it kind of like overpass as well. I think that's an excellent goal, Wes. It's a calm goal.
Yeah, because you could easily panic because you think, oh, I've got the ball back, what do I do? Instead, finds the two passes across here, one from Coman, one first time one from Sadio Mane, and Tell, like we said, has that open lane to take.
It's a great finish. It's just a simple goal, like when you look at it, but it's the build-up. It's the build-up and being able to. These guys have split seconds to decide whether they're going to pass or shoot, and then when they just do that, it's a goal.
When we have cold blood in our veins, and we're sat here and being able to observe it, we have a lot to say. The reality is as you said, they have split-second decisions that they have to make, and they have to live by. As Coman looks forward, finds Tell. Another one of those decisions there. Mane with the strike, and
a similar chance was again. He's just waited to give it to him, and then he doesn't even take a touch. It's just boom, just hits a shot straight off. I mean, Bayern are getting into this now. And Arsenal are sitting back just a fraction. And
that's the worry. That's the worry. If you are a fan of Arsenal, or if you're a player from Arsenal, the worry is that Bayern are now growing into this. And we saw it with Merriman earlier. Just reel your opponent in and start to just ask questions of them and what's their mentality looking like and whether they're going to make mistakes. There was one there by Jesus. Kimmich to Hernandez. Musiala to Joshua Kimmich.
That's beautiful play.
Hernandez, it's really good play in truth, but just couldn't find the right pass there. It's Gabriel Jesus, Martin Ødegaard. Benjamin Pavard will take that one clear. Arsenal living for the counter-attacks at the moment. Mane to Kimmich, in towards Tell, and it's just gone the other way.
Intricate passing again.
Tell, Kimmich on towards Musiala. Tomiyasu clears it away. It's Martinelli. Anywhere will do if you're at Arsenal at the moment. And that will always invite pressure on. Ball in towards Mane. Tierney comes away with it. He's just about got lucky there and got that ball back, but it's given away again. Musiala, advantage given by the referee. Ball into Tell. Tell turns out, finds Coman. Coman back to Kimmich, looking back for Tell. Tomiyasu will fire it clear.
Arsenal under serious pressure here.
They're under siege, is what they are. They are under siege here. It is relentless from Bayern. It's whether the resistance will crack. Coman, big save, but it's offside.
That's beautiful feet again. I mean, it's just, you're thinking he's going to recycle the ball across because that's what he's been doing a lot today. But he just tries the little double touch and then kind of slot it through. A couple of changes here now has been made. If I can see correctly, Smith Rowe is in, is it?
Looking like it's Zinchenko.
Zinchenko and Smith Rowe coming in, I think.
Smith Rowe are on.
Mane's off for Bayern for Sané. So it's a similar kind of like-for-like switch, you would imagine.
Yeah, I think looking at the hairdos, because they're very similar, both Gnabry and Sané. I just had to squint, and that is Leroy Sané that's coming on.
I think it's him.
It is him.
He's also bringing on Gravenberch, I think, as well. A very popular player.
Yep.
for viewers at home, I'm sure.
Very much a wunderkind of epic proportions.
I mean, everyone was using it for a time. Every single player that you come up against was using it.
Absolutely, they were. Absolutely, they were. Still there to be used as well, might we add.
Luka will be happy enough with how he's kind of settled into the second half. He's been putting serious pressure on Osterbuch.
So far, he is not cracked. There's still time for that to occur, though. Tell tries to sweep the ball into the box. Instead, this could potentially be a big 3 points for Arsenal. More so, probably from a personal point of view from Osterbuch rather than a team one. Certainly had a lot better performances these last couple of weeks. Is Musiala. Thomas Partey runs that one clear. Jesus to Trossard.
Just booting it now.
that's anywhere will do.
Bit of game management, but that's what you need at this stage. Just get it up. You've tired bodies. Stamina's draining.
Yeah, the further away it is from your goal, the less likely there's a mistake that's going to happen. Gabriel bouncing around, ball gets cleared. Only as far as Matthias de Ligt. Partey intercepts it. As we said, that DMF role for everybody is so important.
Super important, Wes. Super important.
Is there going to be one more chance? There is not going to be one more chance here.
Boys are celebrating. That's a huge
And that is a
result.
big 3 points for Osterbuch. That is a big 3 points for Arsenal.
Well, that sets the tone now, Wes, doesn't it? It sets the tone for Arsenal straight off here in this matchup with Bayern Munich. Ukid, I think, listen, would a draw been a fair result? I think with the way that he played, the chances he created, depends on who you ask. Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. Bayern will say, yeah, you know, a draw might have been a fair result, but Osterbuch so calm under pressure as well. I just feel like that's after setting that's a huge 3 points now, Wes. That is, I think, they're a huge
massive
3 points.
3 points. And as we see again, just the
Gift
way
of a goal, the first one really.
That was a gift,
Yeah,
and then the second one is, as we said, it's that environment when the game is dead from a kickoff. You have to be switched on. You have to, as you said, you have to manually track players back. You have to manually do something rather than just allowing stuff to happen. As we'll see again, but again, it's coolness to be able to put that finish in.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, that's the difference between them and other people that play, you know, that aren't at this level, is that they're able to consistently take chances when they get them. You know, they just need half a chance, really.
Absolutely. You can see the reactions from both players there. Muka was very much saying, there's not much I could do there. Great finish from him there.
Yeah, I mean, he came back into it. I think he kind of finished. He started and finished the second half. I think the better player, if that's fair enough to say.
Yeah, I think so.
Osterbuch was amazing. I think that manual save at the start,
yes,
that was an incredible piece of defending.
And on reflection, that really...
I mean, that's giving him 3 points,
giving him 3 points, yeah, exactly. So, you know, you look at who we have there now, and again, you look in terms of players who are, when they have it all together and they are at the peak of their powers, these are two of the very best. You've got Miguel Mestre, you have Marko Roxic, also known as Mestre and Roxa to us at home and to us here in the studio. These two, you mentioned the word fireworks earlier.
I hope so.
You will expect it from Roxa.
I want to see it.
He brings the fire, the thunder, everything else you could think of. But also on the flip side of it, Mestre has that little devil in him.
Yeah.
If he can go ahead, if he can score, if he can put it to good use, he will let you know.
Well, look, these guys have been, you know, at the top level for so long now. It seems like so long, but they're just the consistency, the hunger that they have every single year for every competition that they're in, whether it's the Euros, whether it's this, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just able to produce when the time calls for it. And I think that Roxa today, I mean, he's unbeaten so far, isn't he, Wes, in the competition?
He's
so
not dropped a point.
There you go.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word draw.
How do you prepare for that if you're Mestre? You know what I mean? How do you kind of sitting across and you're saying, look, you understand, I mean, Mestre's a confident guy. He's an amazing player at the game. But Roxa, there's just, you know, that swagger about him in terms of, I haven't lost a game yet. I've been scoring goals for fun. I'm up there on the goal scoring leaderboard, like towards the top.
It's how do you put doubt in him?
Yeah.
How do you put a doubt in him? And the answer is I'm not sure. My answer to playing Roxa, I think it was last match day, was just take the controller off it or disconnect it or break it. Yeah, just hide it. Because such as the form he's in right now, you'd not bet against him. There's Trossard in towards Martinelli. It's cleared away. Here's Musiala to Tell to Kimmich. Wants to go long. Tomiyasu wins the header and down into Ramsdale's hands it goes.
We might see if there's any changes to the squad if they go in and make a few changes. We didn't see him at the start.
Certainly be interesting to see.
Zinchenko's in from the start though, from the kickoff. I just see there.
And that's what we say about those little nuances. Smith rose in from the start as well. Ball across Martinelli. Oh, what's a chance that was!
Well, Roxa could have been going for one of the goals of the season there, really, with that. That was an audacious effort. What a ball across. It started from nothing, really, and then that ball across.
Beautiful ball there from Smith Rowe. And
should he have taken a touch, Wes?
It was just half volley. It was half volley. It's bounced as he's hit it, which has then completely changed the trajectory of that ball.
Just catches it wrong.
Certainly could have taken a touch, but it would have given the defenders an opportunity to get back on him.
And there's the physicality we were looking for coming together. There's a lot to play for on the line here as well, so there's going to be no quarter given or taken here from either player, I think.
Certainly not. Certainly not. And as it stands now, that gap, as we said, for Arsenal now cut to 4 points.
There you go.
Now they are zeroing in on Barcelona, and they have now extended a lead away from Manchester United.
Yeah, those 3 points are huge from.
Which was it's a big 3 points, and again that just means at minimum they're second now.
Yeah,
which is great news for obviously for Arsenal.
But it can swing. It can swing. It's just Mestre is still probably looking to get into this game. Both players.
Mane with a strike. Oh, he goes for the early one.
It's manual save again, Wes.
Had to be
there. I think it was anyway. I think I just saw it.
Low-driven shot there from Mestre.
Little snapshot kind of, wasn't it? It was.
Was indeed.
This tactic.
Down towards Tell. Oh, it's just hit the side netted.
I thought it was in, Wes. I thought it was in.
Falls into that Venn diagram of I thought it was in.
He'd have covered, I think Arsenal will say.
Not that I get animated just for goals. I get animated for close chances as well. That was very, very close indeed.
Mestre doesn't look too worried. He'll get another chance, he's thinking. Diving header from Pavard misses.
That's the mentality and the personality you need to have is, yeah, don't worry, we'll get another one. We'll get another opportunity. Here's Tell into the box, looking for Musiala. He's dragged it wide.
Two big chances,
Musiala.
Two big chances. It just kind of, the angle that comes into him there is a little bit unfortunate, you would say, for Mestre, and lucky for Roxa, because that was a brilliant chance there.
It certainly is. It's Martinelli. Just gets given the ball away. Musiala again to Tell. Tell baits the defender. Double touch, and there is the there for Tell.
Oh my days.
Two double touches from Mestre.
Well,
and a finish from Tell.
We talked about Mestre being audacious, right? That is ludicrous, I will say. Not even audacious, Wes. That is a sensational goal. We've seen double touches earlier on in the day as well with a goal, but that is a double touch, if that is the thing. I mean, he just leaves Roxa flat-footed at the back. Roxa kind of wasn't really set there with that counter.
It's the change in speed. It's the change in speed. He's jogging at that point. Double touch happens, and then that's the acceleration.
And the finish was pretty decent too.
Finish was really good.
Nothing away from that.
But you'll see it here. It's just the change in acceleration. Starting off a little bit of a walk there. As soon as that double touch comes in, you know that you've got an opportunity there.
He just caught Tierney flat, kind of coming into position himself. 1 extra second there, and Tierney would have got that ball.
It was bait and switch. It was. And Roxa knows he's been baited there. He knows he's been baited. But you would say, on the balance of play so far, it is a fair lead.
I think so, yeah, I think so. Roxa is yet to. We had that early chance, but Mestre's had two good efforts there and that goal as well. So
it certainly has.
He's going forward in waves now.
Bayern looking to build on that. Tierney gets the ball back there. Tell not happy with the challenge. He's resorted to walking. Oh. Ball is caught in possession. Ball gets caught long. Here's Gabriel. Tierney over towards Zinchenko. Stanisic looking to recover the ball. Does well.
There's some touch.
Some very good touch out of the air there. Tell wins the header down. Partey comes back and recovers it. Zinchenko launches it forward, looking for Martinelli up against Stanisic.
Smith Rowe was coming like a train there if he had gotten that.
He was waiting with bated breath to see whether he was going to be the benefactor of a bad touch. Here's Zinchenko, launches that ball forward, looking for Jesus. Jesus is caught in the challenge.
Oh, I think it's a free, is it?
Well, outside? We're going to see here.
What?
Wait for it.
What are we seeing?
Where are we looking? It's a free kick
just
on the
outside.
edge.
You
can hear the groans from the VIP area. They were not sure whether that was a goal or not. It's Trossard. Oh, it's off the bar.
He gambled. He thought that he did call Mestra's bluff. Mestra went the other way.
Oh, it's sweetly hit from Trossard.
Just too much on the power, Wes.
Roxa, you'll see there, the reaction, knows that he had that chance. What an opportunity that was.
What a hit as well from Trossard.
That was hit and it stayed hit. Mane wins it. Musiala though. Bayern may look to be the benefactor here of chances missed by Arsenal. It's Tierney forward. Martinelli, Trossard. Martinelli to go down the line here. He's got the ball to Trossard. He's got away from Upamecano. It's done really well, Trossard. It's a poor ball. And De Ligt will mop it up.
He's just did the wrong run there, I think, for Roxa.
Certainly so.
He might hit this one now as well, Wes.
I mean, the echoes of shoots that are being heralded around here. Ball's going to go short to Jesus, but Pavard intercepts it smartly. Finds Joshua Kimmich. Gabriel. Finds Jorginho. Ball given away. Musiala. Goretzka. Kimmich. Sane. Sane to Tell. Bit of super cancels, bit of trickery. Sane into the back post. Tomiyasu with a header clear.
That was a good interception there because that could have been a brilliant chance.
Needed to be made. As you see the effects on the table on the left-hand side of your screen. Bayern will now be level on points if results stay the same with Manchester United. And that will slowly start to, as you can see there, Barry, just start to break the league into two.
Yeah, you can see the top guys now are kind of like edging away, so to speak, especially with how the results have gone today. Manchester United will be delighted with how they handle their business, but it's still all to play for in this one. I think, you know, Roxa still has a second half in this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I think Yos in the next game against Jose is going to be a cracker too. It's a very cagey kind of game, but it's exciting, but it's cagey.
There's Musiala, tries to dig that ball forward. And yeah, you're quite right. It's still all to play for here. Still a lot of time left on the clock. There's Tell. Tell double touch. Tell with the strike, and Ramsdale forced into a save.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
He's dangerous with those double touches. Like you can prepare for it. You know it's coming, but it seems like it's inevitable that you're going to just like get done by it every now and again. You know, a player of Rox's caliber will have seen all of this before, but it's just stopping it. You know, it's one thing to be able to know it's coming, it's another thing to stop it.
Absolutely, indeed. Jesus wins the header, finds it down to Martinelli. Martinelli looking inside, and Stanisic will take the clearance away. And that is going to be half-time here. These games are going incredibly quickly.
They are. These last two games have been in fast motion.
You notice there, as we said, the difference is in the Jesus is being used. The Jesus that Roxa has is the MVP one, which is one that is heralded to be one of the best cards of its type.
Yeah.
So
it's cards in the game actually from kind of known people using him and stuff. And he's using Trossard as an AMF, which is an interesting role for him as well because he wants to bring others into the play. But maybe you'll try and push him up if he wants to search for a goal here. I mean, look, a draw here even like would be good for Roxa in terms of points.
Yeah, he won't want to draw anything though. Knowing the man the way that we do, he will not want to let this record that he's established so far slip away from him. There's Mane. Musiala down into Tell. Tell double touch, takes it around and went for the controlled strike.
Yeah, it was a good slide tackle. It was a confident slide tackle there because I think that double touch is in Mestra's pocket all the time now, and that puts a bit of fear into you. That like once you get past a player like that, there's nothing really you can do. You're left for dead, really. So he's just gonna have to be a bit careful with that, Roxa, as this match goes on. Tell is looking like a bit of a problem in Roxa's side at the moment. A bit of a thorn in his side, Wes.
Yeah, certainly so. He's certainly an irritant that they will look to try and get rid of. Gabriel clears it away. Smith Rowe.
Roxa's defending the corners very well. I think it's going to be a thing where if you are going to be looking at Roxa getting back into this game and getting a goal, right, it is going to have to come from one of his big players. And I think he's just found it difficult at the moment to get his big players on the ball, like Martinelli and stuff. Zinchenko coming forward here now, we'll see. No, he should have maybe just like taken that and recycled it back. And it's unusual for Roxa to maybe rush balls like that, but this is what you have to do. What a pass!
Jorginho. Oh, Martinelli through.
Just as I said it, he was patient there instead of rushing, and he was nearly too patient. All he had to do was just take the touch, but just didn't.
Ball into the box. Look for Partey. Cleared away. Back into danger.
Slowly ratcheting up the pressure now, which is good to see from a neutral's point of view. He's offside, I think.
If you don't have skin in the game, this is one of the best games that you have to watch.
I mean, that's the thing. It's cagey but exciting. It's kind of like, you know, one pass like that and an opening, and it's back in the mixer. So, look, Roxa won't panic, Wes. As we've said, he's been here. He's still in this game, and there's a lot of time left for him. And all it takes is a split second for a split second pass, and Carr's open the defence from either of these guys.
Certainly will. There's 30 in-game minutes left for either Bayern to extend their lead or for Arsenal to find an equaliser. I don't really know which one is more likely at this point.
It's hard to call this one, isn't it? It's taken on a life of its own, really, now.
Partey places it down the line, finds Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe has players in the middle, should he look to use them. Goes into the box, Upamecano with the clearance away. It's Goretzka. Eventually scrambles it. He was his own player in his own way there. I think it was Musiala. His own way of his own teammate there. As tired legs will happen, these types of events will continue to happen as Kimmich is adjudged to be fouled.
He's got a lovely touch there from Kimmich to bring it through. And we questioned kind of playing Kimmich in a more advanced role, but obviously these guys are playing him there for a reason. And I think that when you look at the teams here, maybe just to make a change, maybe just to switch things up slightly from Roxa, as we see that he is doing here now with Trossard. This is what we kind of thought he would do, whether he leaves it at that. He's taking Trossard off, it looks like here. Or no, is that just, it's not, sorry, it's just the other player. I can't see. They're going so fast here.
Xhaka, who's on for Partey.
They're going so fast here, Wes. They're in super speed at the moment. But yeah, I thought he was going to put Trossard up front. He tied with the idea, I think, but I think he's just going to keep his shape. Look, he hasn't been playing. He has been creating chances. It's just that that golden chance hasn't fallen yet for him as it did with Mestre. I know Mestre made his own chance with that beautiful double touch into a double touch.
Yep.
But I do think that Roxa.
Well, we'd be saying something different if Roxa had scored the free kick.
Yeah,
it would be game on. It's a completely different game, and it's those moments that I'm sure that he will probably look at after this game, potentially look at as a missed opportunity. Here's Xhaka though to Trossard to Jesus. Pavard intercepts it, lays it down the line to Kingsley Coman.
Oh, beautiful.
Coman, neat little roulette turn, but it's Gabriel
before
takes
Gabriel.
it away. It's Granit Xhaka. Jesus. Ball is cleared away, only as far as Jorginho. In towards Jesus. It's cleared away again by the defender.
It's great defending, and we spoke about Bayern's defensive capabilities with the lack of goals they've conceded. You know, they've really held teams down, and we're seeing it again today.
And like we said, it doesn't necessarily need to be pretty with Bayern, it just needs to be effective. Here's Kimmich to Coman. Gravenberch. Cleared away.
Counter on now, Wes.
Xhaka. Smith
Rowe forward
on towards Jesus. Can he get away from the defender? Upamecano did a brilliant job of shielding there.
That's it. When you, as you said, Wes, it's an excellent point there on the physicality. It's not just about the speed there. You know, Upamecano just got his body across. Where can Jesus go? You know, he can't get past him.
If you go round him one way or the other, you can't go through him. There's 15 in-game minutes here left.
Oh, Mestre,
that's a poor giveaway there. And Jorginho in towards Martinelli. Martinelli across to Trossard. Trossard keeps it in. And Pavard.
What a passage of play.
Oh, ball ricocheted there again.
Oh my days. They're trying to get a bit of excitement here for us, Wes.
I often find that the reactions from the gallery upstairs are the ones that are the most telling. Anytime this ball goes anywhere close for Arsenal, there's whooping and hollering that they want it to go in. So it's potentially suggestion that players are looking for Arsenal to potentially take some of the points out of Bayern Munich.
I think
here.
draws always suit opposition teams, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely they do. Here's Tell to Kimmich.
Mestre has really shown us all the skills on show in eFootball here.
They certainly have.
Double touches, rollbacks, dragbacks.
Martinelli, Xhaka to Jesus, on towards Trossard, who is onside here. Trossard with the stunning cross.
He did. He took it. He just a little bit too slow getting the ball in. It's the right option, though. I think those can be lethal. Now are we going to see Roxa throw everything at it? Let's see what he's going to do
from Bayern. That's more so if you keep your eyes on the left-hand side of the screen.
Going defensive.
That's where you're looking. You can see there.
They're shutting up shop, Wes. And they're saying, we've done enough today. We want to just get home with these points, which would be huge for Mestre.
The issue is, and I say this a lot, is that if you tuck your chin and you don't, and you then concede, it's then very hard to then break yourself out of that mentality.
Yeah.
So if Mestre does resort to this tactic, which obviously you can see on the screen he absolutely needs to not lose this game.
Yeah.
Or not concede at this point. Whereas you can see on the other side of the screen, Roxa is
he has to
throwing everything at it.
I mean, he's playing 4 up front, and as I said, Trossard has been thrown up here now just to get onto something. And all Rox is looking for here is some bit of half chance that he can do a bit of magic with it.
We saw it with Merriman. We saw it with Inter. We saw the ability to just throw players forward and then, with the greatest will in the world, hope for the best.
Yeah, and he's kept it tight, like 1-0. It's fine if he can get the goal, but this is, you know, Mestre is in his element here, just trying to see this game out. And he looks confident. Rox is going to have to throw everything here at it. See what happens. He's not giving much away, Wes, the two of them. They're just kind of, they're in the zone. They're focused in.
Certainly are. Trossard in on the corner. To the box looking for Tommy Yasu. It's towards Jesus over the bar.
It's the chance he would have wanted, but probably the wrong man in the air for that. Just had to jump a little bit too high, couldn't get the ball down.
He certainly could.
MVP Jesus.
Just over the bar. Couldn't direct it goalwards.
And you see the shape at the back now of Arsenal is extremely open.
Exactly. I mean, I know we said this as well. I know that you said we were looking for goals, but this match day so far, up until this point, has been enthralling, and there hasn't been that many goals. When you look at the grand scheme, maybe outside of Kilzu, of course, but the rest of the games have been 1 or 2 goals here and there. And
very tight.
You can tell what's on the line for these players. You can tell what's on the line. As Sommer plays it back. 3 minutes added on here.
Oh, that's Coleman's pace.
It's a minimum of
Tierney
3.
has him, though.
Tierney has him over. Jorginho. Ranieri. Ball into the box. Looking for Martinelli's header. Trossard trying to win it down. Martinelli trying to win it back again. Is there going to be time here for one more opportunity? It's Xhaka. It's now Ranieri. It's towards the back post, looking for Martinelli's header. Down, looking for Xhaka. It's flicked away by Bayern. And Mestre gets his 3 points.
You might have heard Mestre there. That's a lot of pressure and a lot of emotion coming out in that at the end of the final whistle. That's a super performance from Mestre, in fairness. I mean, he did everything he needed to do there. Roxa will be a little bit disappointed. That free kick especially. You know, and he had that chance at the end. He didn't actually... look, we said it earlier on in the day as well. Roxa didn't really do much wrong there. It's more about coming up against Mestre. That Mestre was just on form there today.
I think Mestre's game plan was the winner there. That was the real... The piece that got him over the line. It wasn't necessarily that he performed badly, Roxa. It was just, there was one moment of brilliance.
Yeah, well, that moment of brilliance deserved to win the game. If there was only going to be 1 goal scored,
and
really.
The rest of it then is game plan.
Yeah.
The rest of it there is game plan. So, you know, from there, it was, we saw, you know, the bottom of the screen, if they watch that back, you'll see the amount of times that the attacking biases was changed, the amount of times that sub-tactic was changed, the amount of times that these things have changed. You could see it going backwards and forwards all the time from Mestre's side of things.
It was, and I think Mestre, like, these guys, they know exactly what buttons to press as well with themselves. Like, what drives them on to be able to just stay focused in and not let anything else get to them. Which is, look, it's easy when you're watching at home to say, I would have scored that, I would have slotted that home, but it's different.
So
it's a different occasion.
You come here with the cameras, the lights, and all the pressure, and you do it.
It's tough. It's tough. And then not only that was, but you're getting your squad right, you're getting your subs right, you've got your two, guys, your two teammates beside you. It's just a wealth of information coming at you. But at the end of the day, it's between you and your opponent on the pad. Like, so, I mean, Jose coming up, they've split the points 3 apiece now, 1 win each in this matchup. Yas and Jose is going to be a good game. I mean, Indominator has been, as you said, he's been very impressive, I think, this campaign. So,
well, he's coming on a 3-game win streak into this match day. So, won against Christopher 5-0, won against Killzoo 2-1, beat Uzmakabil last week.
Yeah, that was a huge result
with that last minute goal,
Indominator.
which was the goal. I believe that was the goal of the day.
Yeah, he won the goal of the day, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's coming off of 3 victories. Jose's form this season, a couple of draws and a win.
Okay.
Well, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Last 3 match days, 0-0 with the Palmer, 2-2 with Irma, 1-0 against El Matador last week.
Yeah.
We know the quality is there with Jose. It's just a case of, as we saw from that performance against Inter Milan last week, or last match day, and as I said to him in the interview, it wasn't the cleanest, but it got across the line. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that today, but that depends on whether Indominator can show the form he's already got going for him at the moment.
I think so, yeah. I think Indominator is one of the informed players. Would that be kind of fair enough to say about him?
It's a fair one.
His attacks have been lethal going forward. So,
if you look over the last 3 match days, it's 10 goals in 3 match days. So, and as we've seen already from goal scoring charts, he's doing very well. So we'll see. Game 3 of Bayern versus Arsenal kickoff here. It's Jesus looking to address the game. The early go, Martinelli gets the shot blocked, and Goretzka will clear it away. There's Leroy Sané. On the line, Saliba intercepts it. It's Tierney.
Oh, doesn't want to get caught there.
He's been caught in possession here. Sadio Mane, has he got the wrong side of Tierney? Tierney's managed a great recovery.
Just about ways there
by Kieran Tierney. Ramsdale forward to Trossard. Trossard to Ben White.
Yas doing the right thing. Just settle in now. Just settle into the game, I think. And when Jose gets the ball, he'll probably do the same to build one really good attack to start him off.
It's Tommy Asu down the line here. It's Partey. Tommy Asu, Jorginho, Partey. Delete intercepts it. Comes away with Tell. Tell to Mane. Mane back to Tell. Tell has players around him to use. Instead, Partey's come up with the ball, but he's giving it away to Goretzka. Mane to Kimmich to Mane. Mane goes to control strike from distance.
Save, yeah. We've seen a few of those shots from Mestre as well. Maybe it's been worked on in the Bayern Munich training camps.
It may be something that they think might be susceptible with Arsenal. They may, as we say, these guys will look at each other's teams and they will look to try and pick apart the weaknesses.
Those long-range curl shots.
Indeed. Sané into the box. Safe for the goalkeeper. No one really there to capitalise on the rebound.
That was lucky there. I think it is an unusual kind of little spillage there from Ramsdale, but there was nobody there to punish. Tommy Asu has looked very dominant so far. There's breaks on every time, though, that Arsenal get the ball. Yas will probably be happy with that.
That's how fluid that this game can potentially be.
Yeah.
In terms of the play styles we see from these two individuals, again, Jose, very much front-footed player. Indominator likes the ball.
Yeah, he likes to play and throw it around a bit, doesn't he? And get into the games. Possession-based.
Saka. Back towards Tommy Asu. Jorginho. So back to Jorginho. Jesus. Towards Saka. We'll take it clear. Here's Mane. Kimmich. Musiala, Tell, in towards Mane. Can you get the ball into the box? Neat double touch from Sadio Mane. He's pulled it back towards Tell. It's deflected in!
That is an unlucky deflected goal in, Wes, but I think it's all about the magic again on the wing. We've said it before, we'll say it again with these Bayern Munich boys. That is spectacular on the ball dribbling. And it's not just to do that, but it's to do as with everything else going on, all the other factors going on, the pressure, you know, and to do it against a top-class opponent like a Dominator.
See it back again here. Neat double touch from Sadio Mane. Pulls it back to Tell. You'd argue and potentially say that that's going in anyway.
It was, yeah, it was going in.
You'd argue and say,
yeah.
I mean, yes, the goalkeeper's got down to it, but I think the direction of the shot meant, I think it was looking like it was going in anyway. Certainly,
yeah,
it was right foot of Ben White. It was that right foot of Ben White that made it absolutely certain. And Bayern have their lead.
They do have their lead, and I think that's, you know, Yas has had a lot of possession. He's been, you know, kicking the ball, passing the ball around, but Jose is not to be messed with either. I mean, he's so clinical in front of goal.
He's such an elite level player of eFootball. Really is, Jose. And I think when he has his best level on show, he's a very difficult customer to stop. But again, in Dominator, if he can find his level, I think certainly we would be in for fireworks here. And as we said, not necessarily a goal fest as what we were anticipating, but it's more so the intrigue of how this game's going to pan out. It's almost like a chess match as Trossard finds it in. Martinelli forces a save, corner ball.
Yeah, well, that's the chances he'll be looking to carve open, because eventually if he keeps knocking on that door, he is going to get an answer there eventually. And I think Trossard, I'd always like Trossard in that little pocket where he's able to kind of do a role that's able to do everything. He can shoot if the defender backs off him, he can do a double touch, or he can do a skill move. And Yas will know now that was a great chance there for him. Yeah, I think that'll give him a bit of confidence there, but Jose won't be too worried. He's not giving away anything with his facial expressions, Jose, there.
They certainly won't. Not until the final whistle. Not until that whistle goes will you find out exactly how these guys have been feeling. Mane dribbling back in the wrong part of town. Stanisic, he's given the ball away to Partey. It's Saka, ball into the box. Martinelli rolls around the defender. Big block there.
It's a massive block, Wes, yeah. Just in the right place at the right time.
Needed to be made. Now the counter is on for Bayern. Here's Tell from Mane. Ben White gets the tackle in. Here's Kieran Tierney. Thomas Partey. Tomiyasu. Partey back to Saka. Tomiyasu, Jorginho plays it up to Jesus. He's their problem man, is Arsenal, but
they want to get him more involved through the central position there.
Indeed, here's Musiala. Jorginho just harrying Mane, but Sane, but he's just not got the ball back from him. Has to wait for the defender to come in and bail him out. Here's Trossard, given away to Kimmich. Kimmich,
super ball.
Towards Tell. Tell's onside, slightly across the Mane! 2-0!
That's a big goal, Wes. That's a huge goal. I mean, it comes again from that quick counter, loses possession. And when you lose possession against top-class guys like this, if the roles are reversed and a Dominator gets that chance, it's the same thing, you know, and Jose is too good of a player to kind of give him an intercepted ball like that. That is a huge, brilliant work done from Kimmich. Lovely pass through from Kimmich. We did question sometimes why he's so advanced, but no one's really missing from there. It's just a little tap in, Wes, but it's all the work that's done off the ball. I think that is the glory in that goal.
Well, that is the pressure, and that is how they punish you. Now, interestingly enough, results stay their way now. Bayern leapfrog Arsenal on goal difference.
There you go.
So that shows you the complexities of what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Manchester United have nested themselves into the slipstream of Arsenal now, only 3 points behind both of these two teams. So certainly does provide you with a little bit of hope if you're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah, definitely.
That you're kind of happy that these two are taking points out of each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, if you want any other team that's watching here, they want other teams to take scalps out of each other and take points off each other.
Absolutely. 7 goals on the slate now for Jose. Again, like we said, has been creeping along slowly but surely.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's again, we talk about coming to peak at the right time, Wes. Isn't that what it's all about in elite competition of any grade or of anything that you're doing? And, you know, we've seen that today with Kilzu. And, you know, we saw it with Mestre. And now we could be seeing it with Jose as well.
The half's not over yet. Here's Tell. Tell to Musiala. Double touch from Musiala. Jorginho intercepts it, but gives it back to Musiala. Has another go at figuring out what he's going to do next. Sane goes to control strike. What a goal!
That's a screamer of a goal. And again, he's tried that earlier, like with the little snapshots and that curl shot into the bottom corner. Ramsdale just seems to be, as you said, Wes, quite rightly now, I mean, a bit prophetic earlier when you said that maybe Arsenal are a little bit susceptible to them. kind of long-range shots into the bottom corner. Ramsdale just didn't get down there quick enough.
The pace on the shot as well. That's something I've
zipping along the ground.
That was basically what felt like a stunning controlled strike, which I don't actually think exists.
It looked like it.
But it looked.
It exists for Jose.
Venomous. It certainly does. He certainly found the. He's found the Konami code. That's what he's done there.
Tell you, he's still keeping it locked in focus, because anything can happen in the second half. But
he knows how important this game is. He knows how important it is. 3-0 at half time.
And we said that there mightn't be a lot of goals because it could be cagey, but they have been unlocked, the Arsenal defence, and now Jos is going to have to make some changes, whether he likes it or not, really.
The thing with Arsenal, and the thing especially with the Indominator's style of plays, is that if he goes behind, it's quite hard to break out of that cycle of, well, I like the ball, I like to have possession. It's quite hard, but the issue is that you have to keep your cool, because if you start to break out of your own play style, that's when problems become even worse. But right now, though, 3 goals to the good. It could be more. You only feel if Jose feels fit too. Mane in towards Musiala. Partey intercepts it. Saka to Tomiyasu.
Look, 1 goal could swing it around, Wes. It's just about whether he can get it early enough in the second half. That's the big thing here. And if Jose gets a 4th, it's probably
curtains. That's what it feels like. Certainly, as Musiala charges down the challenge there, it's Tell up against Tierney. Tierney has to pass it first time. Ben White is dispossessed by Tell.
Some lovely possession there.
Trickery of Tell. Although Partey to Jesus to Trossard. Sane clears it away. Kimmich wins the header, as you'll see. Confirmation on your screens there. It's not even goal difference. They're equal on goal difference.
That's as tight can be now, isn't it?
It's on, I believe that is goals scored.
I think you could be right, Wes. I think you could be right.
Or maybe goals conceded.
Goals conceded, I'd say.
Yeah, goals conceded.
Yeah,
Bayern have got the better goals conceded. Imagine that being the differential at the end of the season.
Well, I tell you, that's the beauty of this format, really, isn't it? When you talk about it, because there's serious swings can happen match day to match day. You think you're kind of out of it. You think, right, we're in a good position here. Arsenal would have felt very comfortable coming in here to get the win with Osterbuch, and it's kind of turned on its head. Bayern will feel like they've got, if the result stays the same here, this is a massive result for Bayern.
Absolutely, but again, as for aspirations for these two teams, it doesn't really do too much. It does more for, obviously, for Bayern, because they're now ahead of Arsenal. But in terms of like trying to catch Barcelona, realistically, as we said, it kind of splits the league into 2. As in Koeman to Tell into Kimmich. Kimmich looking for a player over. It's Kingsley Coman. It's 4.
I think that's it, Wes. I think, unfortunately, for Indominator, he's just been unlucky there with the rotation of the left back. I think has kind of let him down. Coleman is in the right place at the right time. And look, Jose's not giving anything away again. No. He's still locked in.
You saw the slightest of like fist pumps.
Acknowledgement.
It was the acknowledgement of, I know that's it. I know that's game.
And Kimmich again, look, we didn't see it. We did kind of question it in the first game. We questioned it in the second game.
We're now seeing why.
We're seeing why now.
We're seeing why, absolutely.
His orchestrator on the ball, absolutely top class passing.
You see it here, just a little acknowledgement.
Yeah, that's huge though.
Yeah, absolutely. And he will know what it means. As captain of the team, he will know exactly what it means to just finish this game off.
Yeah, and it's a bit unlucky on Indominator. I think he's just been caught a little bit flat going forward with goals. We talked about it at the start. Bayern not conceding as many goals as other teams.
Although ball's ricocheted around. Trossard, good save for the keeper.
From nothing there, Wes.
From literally nothing there.
With Bayern, it's been a workmanlike performance from Bayern, I would say. Every position seems to be able to put in a shift around the pitch. You've got Goretzka, you've got all the players that they have. Kimmich, even their attack and advanced players are able to kind of get back and help on defence as well, which is huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. The likes of Koeman, the likes of Tell tracking back and getting in and amongst it from a defensive style or defensive part of the field. See there now, Jose on 9 goals.
He's climbing as well.
Bayern, he's climbing as well. He's certainly making a claim there. is Sadio Mane.
Mightn't be finished yet, Wes.
Job's not finished, not from Jose's perspective. Sadio Mane, double touch galore. As he gets himself into the box, he's got himself into that problem area. If he knows that if Arsenal take him down here, he's going to have a problem. Sadio Mane, though, goes to the control strike. It's Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich pulls it back. Oh, it's just gone wide.
I mean,
that would have been the goal.
That
would have been the goal that he would have deserved, Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kimmich is an amazing player, but look, he's just dancing out. Confidence is high. When you're up like this, you can afford to kind of, show a bit of flair, I suppose. And Jose's enjoying himself now, although he doesn't look like he's given still nothing away. We'll see at the end.
I'll let you into a trade secret. When you're playing esports at this level, nobody's really enjoying themselves. it's only when you stop playing do you go and breathe. That's when it's okay. But you'll see here the changes that are coming in here.
The enjoyment comes afterwards.
Yes, yeah, quite literally. Once
It's
the
a
job's
prolonged
done, and
enjoyment.
once you're off the console, that's when you're enjoying yourself. But you'll see there, change to 3-5-2 from Yos over in Dominator. Is it a little bit too late there?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's just to put it, maybe get his name in the score sheet. I think this week, but. Look, I mean, every match day isn't going to be your match day, and I think that just reassess and get back to the training ground, have a chat with the teammates, and see what you can improve upon. I mean, when you run into a juggernaut like Bayern Munich with the team that they have, Wes, the players they have at their disposal, that mix of players with the skills, the player skills, the playing styles, like it's such an evenly balanced Bayern Munich team. So that's something that a lot of players will be seeing later on in the stages.
Well, we said it a lot on comms before in terms of previous match days and things like that, is that you have to tap into your club's DNA.
Yeah.
You have to tap into what makes them tick.
Yeah,
and
that's a great
certainly
point.
with how Jose, Mestre, Mugahit all operate with this Bayern team, they've tapped into that DNA that Bayern have. They're strong physically, they're strong technically, but they're not playing in a shape that doesn't complement the players they have. As Mane, as you'll see here, just dancing feet.
Yeah. He's dancing on the wing here now, enjoying himself.
Double touch out wide. Kimmich looks to go for, I think that was a controlled strike he was going to go for. As Gravenberch wins it back. You see the clock just ticking down here. Mane, Kimmich, back towards Mane. I try to drive there, and Saliba is giving the ball away here. Is Tell, double touch around him. It's Tell, goes to the strike, it's parried out by Ramsdale. And
Ramsdale just wants to go home, I think, now, because he's seen the waves coming.
Yeah, he certainly wants to get out of this game quicker than anybody. It's Tomiyasu. It's cleared back again. Tell, not long left to go in the game here. Around 12 in-game minutes left. It's whatever the referee decides to add. And this has very much been a Bayern Munich day on match day 5 between them and Arsenal. Birch to Mane. Tierney with the interception.
Just playing out the whistle now, I think, Wes, isn't it? It's just going through the
so.
motions of it now. I think it's fairly set in stone, the result here.
Certainly looks to be.
Look, there probably is still positives that Dominator can take out of this, even on a scoreline like this. It's just to kind of reassess things and analyse his own play, maybe.
Well, sometimes, as they say, it's the styles that, if you come up against the style that it doesn't complement yours, you can be in a bit of trouble. As you see there, Trossard trying to make his way through, and sometimes coming up against physicality, or sometimes coming up against teams that are statistically a little bit different to how yours operate, can also cause its own problems. So I think sometimes you just have to kind of wipe it away, say good game, GG, move on.
Yeah, I think so. And
that's the reality of the situation.
I think
here.
so.
But at the moment, fantastic performance by Jose.
Amazing performance. Yeah,
and Bayern, for what they've been worth, 6 points out of 9. Certainly something for them to be thankful of, and going into their next game, or match days 6 will be against AC Milan. So fantastic performance from them. Big performance from Jose. It was needed. And certainly kind of showed people the way of how to play against Arsenal.
The respect is there, as you always say, Wes, but look, Bayern will be delighted with that, you would imagine, wouldn't you? They're absolutely buzzing with that one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you take 6 points out of 9 from a team that are direct rivals, let's just call it that. direct rivals of yours, you're going to be happy.
In the league table, especially like that, like, it's all about, you know, a few bragging rights as well, I think.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and it's about that little kind of mind games, and it's about that, like, if we meet each other again, you know, what's going to happen. So it is, look, that's a huge performance from Bayern to take those points there.
Well, you can take points off those around you. If you take points off those around you, that is where the key of it is. And it all started with a deflected goal in the game for Jose. And granted, there's a little bit of fortune, but it was what he needed to get himself off and running. And then once that happened, it was then all Bayern Munich. As you see there, cut across there. Again, some of the easiest goals you'll see within eFootball are those cut across and tap-ins. Again, it's a big performance from Jose. And a big performance from Bayern, I think, in truth, when you really look at it. And of course, you look there, just on the stroke of half time, makes it 3-0 with that. Like I said, the commentary, it was like a low-driven shot, so brilliant to see.
Yeah, brilliant to see indeed, Wes. As you see at the bottom of your screen, 6 points to Bayern München. That's exactly what the doctor would have ordered here on match day number 5. It's very interesting for me seeing how the matchups played on the stage, because for me, Bayern got it right all the way across the board. You look at Roxa, what free scoring form he's been in this season thus far. You get someone on the other side to just nullify that in Matchday. You see Jose come out with an incredible performance. That surely is going to be just tonic to Bayern München fans. And in fact, I believe Barry's there with him now. He's with the captain, Jose. Barry, please take us away.
Yeah, thanks, Harry. We are here with a very, well, I said you're very happy looking now, but you weren't during the game, but you were focused in, right? Congratulations to you and the team. Personally for you, a massive performance from you.
Yeah, thank you. It was really important this game because if I'm not wrong, now we are on the second position. That it's really important for us. And yeah, people think that I'm a defensive player, but what I want to say is I'm a complete player. I can do what the game needs to do. When I need to defend, I defend. When I need to attack, I need to attack. I show a huge performance now in attack, so I think I'm a complete player and a competitive player.
Yeah, well, one thing I said before was, like, you haven't conceded that many goals compared to other teams. You've been very consistent, and that's probably the team as well. Now, I want to ask you about your big-time Coleman. You're kind of happy enough with your squad. You were saying to me there as well about your squad. You're happy where you are with your squad?
Yeah, for sure. We are happy with our squad. For sure, Coleman is a good add for our team, but we didn't have so many time to test him, so it was a bit risky maybe to include him in the team right now. So, but for sure we are happy, and yeah, we are happy not just with the team in game, also with my teammates. Yeah. They are really awesome. Yeah, we are in the second position because we deserve it.
Yeah, and we saw a bit of flair today as well with the double touches and the skills and all that. So I think anyone questioning, whether you're just a defensive player is, you obviously are the complete package. So looking ahead to matchday 6 then, that's going to be another huge battle for you against Milan. You're going to be watching them, I'm sure. So, I mean, is there anything you're going to do different, or are you kind of fairly confident going into that one?
Well, we are confident because we work a lot and we are a team, a true team, when we are helping each other every time. We are training a lot together, but for sure will be a huge battle against Milan because they have a really, really good in-game squad, and they need points to achieve the top seeds and to qualify for the next round. So I think it will be a massive battle.
Yeah. Congratulations again, all right, to you and your team, and best of luck for the rest of the competition. Back to you, Harry.